Alright, Wolfgang, we're actually going to do a video today about these character moves and their translations, thanks to the homie Smokes, of course. Now, I know some people actually wanted me to showcase the moves with different characters, but the beta's almost up, so I just decided to actually just screenshot of what the characters' moves are translated, and then, of course, you can see right here in this picture right here. So we're going to start off with the homie Deku. So as you can see with Deku, Deku is an assault type. His special ability is a piggyback ride, where you can carry down allies on your back. Skill 1 is firing an air projectile. Of course, we know about the flick. 2 is an aimable launch kick, you know, the unblockable from One's Justice 2 shoot style. And of course, 3 is you can pull enemies with Black Whip, or you can swing with it. So Deku's able to actually toss Black Whip at the enemies and pull them towards him, or he can actually use Black Whip and actually travel around the map. It's not as big as you should think, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So that's Deku for you. Moving on to Bakugou. Bakugou is actually, I did not want to pick Bakugou. Bakugou is a strike type. Bakugou's special ability is Explosive Turbo, which is he can dash turbo in any direction once in mid-air, so he can actually dash in mid-air. Skill 1 is AP Shot. Skill 2, Bakugou actually holds a grenade where he can throw it full of nitro sweat, explodes after some time. Skill 3, Rush Attack that you can use the second time to perform explosion and change the direction of whichever direction you're going. So that's Bakugou for you. Now, he doesn't have a special ability too. Some characters have 2 special abilities, some don't. Moving on to Ochako, Miss Pennywise. Ochako is a technical type. Her special ability, which is Zero Gravity, she can actually float with no weight and make other allies float as well. Me personally, I have not seen not one Ochako player do this yet. I'm pretty sure they don't know that she can do that, but Ochako can actually make her allies float with her. Skill 1, which is a wire that you can move with it if it hits a wall, also works as an attack. So Ochako can actually throw a wire at a building or an object and actually lunge towards it. Skill 2, she lifts an object and spins with it, pressing the attack button to keep spinning. You can throw the object at the end of the skill. So of course her triangle, which was her quirk 1 and One's Justice 2. Her skill 3, she lifts objects within reach and she presses again so you can drop all the objects. I think that's more like a group fight when it comes to using her like that. Alright, so next up is Shoto. Shoto is a strike type. Now, Shoto's special ability, which is live fire. If you hold down on the button with Shoto, flames will come from Shoto's hand. Skill 1 is a long range attack that shoots a fireball, very good. Skill 2 is an ice wall that can freeze trees and the water surface to create huge icicles. That is very creative, implementing elemental change as well. Skill 3, you can dash along the ground with ice and you can freeze trees and the surface of the water. So the fact that Shoto can actually go on the water and actually use his ice and actually use it as a surface, it's actually genius. I'm glad they implement that when it comes to Shoto. Next up, we got Licky Licky, which is Sue. Sue is a rapid type. Now, Sue's passive ability, which is called Kettle Catch. Sue can actually grab a downed ally with her tongue and reel them in to revive them. That is actually extremely clutch when it comes to using Sue. Sue's skill 1, you can attack and reel in enemies by extracting your tongue. Skill 2, you can attack, which is a range attack that does a swipe with your tongue. And skill 3, of course, the camouflage, which you turn invisible. And so in Smoke's words, whoop-de-doo. Next up, we got All Might. All Might is also an assault tap. All Might has 2 special abilities. He can high jump, which he can perform a huge jump. Special ability 2, which is a piggyback ride. Skill 1 is a range attack that fires an air projectile. Skill 2, rush attack that lunges forward and does a full body punch. Skill 3, a spin and create a tornado that blows away all enemies. You repel enemy projectiles as well during the attack, which is actually pretty clutch. Cementos, next up, is a support unit. Special ability, defensive wall. Build a defensive wall around a downed ally. It can break after taking some damage. Skill 1, throw cement that remains where it falls as a pillar for some time. Skill 2, press to create a cement wall. Keep pressing the button to expand the wall to the left and right. And skill 3, create a cement platform. Definitely comes in clutch when it comes to being a support unit. If you have a downed ally, you can just build up a defensive wall around the ally, and it doesn't break until it takes some damage, because it gives you some time to break up your ally. Now, lady, the most annoying unit so far in my opinion. Special ability, Giant, become huge. You can move and attack, but it'll end if you continue to receive damage. So you have to consistently hit Mount Lady if you want her to go back to regular size. Fire shockwaves. If this is done while she's huge, the shockwaves become huge and stomp down, causing an earthquake. The ability hurts herself even if it hits enemies. So if you guys stomp with Mount Lady, you are taking damage. So if you ever have an incident where you actually die from doing this move, or you're wondering what happened to your health, there's your answer right there. And her skill 3, which is a rush attack that jumps and kicks the enemy in an aim direction. Now, of course, this looks very funky when she jumps in the air and does it. It looks weird. Next up, the villains. Shiggy. Oh boy, Shiggy is a strike type. DK. That's a special ability where you can easily destroy the environment with no problem. Skill 1, which is a continuous range attack that gradually destroys the ground in the aim direction. I freaking hate that. A range attack that touches the ground and spreads in a radius from the epicenter. And skill 3, rush forward while crouched. If you hit an enemy, you grab them and you throw them away. Oh boy, Shiggy Mountain Lady is just something else. Zobby, technical character. Special ability attached to Shinrei. When downed, you can actually burn your body and hurt nearby enemies, which actually keeps enemies from trying to execute you. Skill 1, a ranged attack that fires flame bullets which goes through enemies. Skill 2, place traps down which turns into pillars when an enemy approaches. Skill 3, create a fire ring that damage enemies within it. So if you have that fire ring with Shigaraki's freaking decay puddle, it's just annoying. Toga's also rapid type. Toga's special ability, of course, is direct drinking. When she executes a downed enemy, she automatically instantly drinks their blood. Skill 1, Toga throws knives. Hold the button to keep throwing. Skill 2, attack that slashes with a knife. If it hits an enemy, it drags them along you and launches multiple attacks. It does not drag you along. That thing does not do anything but just go off tracking, and then Toga got to turn back around and hit him. That needs to be like patched or something. Skill 3, Toga throws her needles. Throws her needles. If they hit an enemy, she drinks their blood, allowing them to transform into them and use their skill. Last but not least, Mr. Compress himself. Compress is actually an interesting character. Compress is actually a support unit. Compress's special ability, which is human body vanishing trip. You can compress an ally and carry them around, which allows HP recovery while compressed. Literally, Compress can put you in his pocket and let you recover HP. Skill 1, throw a marble with an object inside, then a marble releases the object inside when changes with level up. So the higher the level, the different the object. Skill 2, you can compress enemy projectiles and throw them right back at them. I feel like you would have to have perfect timing for that. And skill 3, compress yourself and drop an explosion at your feet, which throws you away, doubles as evasion and attack. So that's definitely, I'm gonna get out of here, but I'm also gonna leave something for you. So yeah, Wolf Game, that's everybody's movesets. I'm curious to know who else is gonna be coming. There's also another video I'm gonna actually be doing with some questions that were actually asked for my hero. So that won't be an update video. So yeah, thanks to the homie Smokes for translating these moves. These are actually interesting now that you have more knowledge of what these characters do. It actually helps on who you want to pick. But other than that, Wolf Game, let me know what you think of these moves down below. Love you guys, and comment your opinions, and I'll see you guys later.